God of Thunder has descended into the premium executive sedan German rivals territory. Yeah, I might have exaggerated a bit, but you get what I mean, right? Because this thing is pretty magnificent. When it comes to choosing a premium executive sedan, especially in our country, it is usually between that two household brands. You know, the Germans. But there is a Swedish brand that has been around for a very long time, and in fact, it has its own assembly plant here in Shah Alam itself since the 1960s. That's 50 years ago, and it is Volvo cars. Ever since Geely took over, Volvo has made a sweet comeback. Get it? Sweet comeback?
Anyway, let's get into serious business right here. Let me tell you why I think this S90 T8 Inscription Plus deserves your full attention.
Peasants on the highway will give way for this aggressive yet elegant front look with a pair of Porsche Hammer position lights. The 19-inch rims look really good, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sports 4 tyres. That's really good stuff right there. Built on the same platform as the XC90 and the XC60, it is well stretched out, well proportioned, and the C-pillar design is spot on. The rear has this sense of regality with its unique look, which thankfully has been well digested for myself. It looks exceptionally good in black. Inside, modern and sophisticated Nordic design. I especially like this driftwood inlays. Who doesn't love wood? Customizable and beautiful 12.3-inch digital cluster. Sharp, smooth and very user-friendly 9-inch Sensors Connect touchscreen head unit with 360-degree camera surround view. Unique crystal gear knob surrounded by sparkly diamond-cut knobs and dials. Very comfortable Napa leather seats. Now to the back. As you can see, it is very spacious back here with very comfortable Napa leather seats. It has a clever built-in booster child seat, rear aircon vents on the B-pillar, armrests with storage compartment and cup holders. Thank you. And this Inscription Plus variant comes with a 1400 watt, 12 channel, 19 speakers, state-of-the-art Bowers & Wilkins audio system with a 250mm fresh air subwoofer built into the subframe of the car. Back here, class-leading boot space thanks to the unique battery placement right in the central tunnel. So, is this car for you? Well, no, I'm just kidding. Let's go for a drive because there's a lot more to like about this car. Let's get it straight right from the beginning. This S90 plug-in hybrid has at least 120 horsepower more than its closest German rivals, making it the most powerful plug-in hybrid in its class. So underneath the hood is a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged and supercharged engine, paired to an 8-speed automatic gearbox powering the front wheels. It gets 320 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque from the petrol engine alone. Now, the electric motor powers the rear wheels, so it makes this an all-wheel drive sedan. It has a combined total output of 407 horsepower and 640 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 in just 4.8 seconds. That's almost a full second faster than a Porsche Panamera.
Crazy figures aside, let's look at the eco-friendliness side of it. This is a plug-in hybrid after all. It takes about 4 hours to fully charge the car and it is able to cover 50 kilometers of electric distance. And Volvo claims it can achieve 2 liters per 100 kilometer.
As always, I would advise that you plug it into the grid at least once a day to get it fully charged so that you enjoy a good fuel consumption figure. Safety-wise, this car comes prepared.
As a T8 Inscription variant, it comes fully equipped with Volvo's safety system. That includes full set of airbags all around the cabin, the usual ABS, EBD, ESC and all that. Also, the entire Volvo IntelliSafe safety package that's able to detect and react to vehicles, cyclists, pedestrians and large animals.
So now, how does it drive? This S90 model was developed as a plug-in hybrid right from the beginning, so it's pretty well thought of. For example, the battery pack is placed in the central tunnel, so it gets a lower center of gravity. And at the same time, it's actually the safest spot to place something as volatile as lithium-ion batteries. You know what happens when you puncture a lithium-ion battery, right? Kaboom! Massive fire. So it's pretty safe down there. Sorry, where was I again? Oh yeah, the drive. Power is almost instantaneous. That immediate torque from the electric motor and that supercharger that fits in the initial low-end torque for the petrol engine is the best kind of combination. Put your foot down and that digital speedometer becomes a blur. This thing is fast for an uncle car. Shit, did I say out loud? So that brings me to the transitioning between the electric motor and the petrol engine. It is smooth, you can hardly feel it. I am especially particular with that very moment of that transition, so I haven't gone mad here. It's good. The steering feels great. It is light but it's not fake, and it tightens up when you are on power mode. So there are 5 different driving modes to choose from. There's the all-wheel drive, pure, hybrid, power and individual. So if you prefer a heavy steering feel during a hybrid or pure drive, you can customize it in the individual mode. Ride quality is great in here. It's very comfortable, especially for the back because it comes with rear air suspension. It is great for those who plan to have a chauffeur. Well, even if you don't plan to have a chauffeur, it is as comfortable right in front here. And you kind of get a virtual chauffeur. Volvo's Pilot Assist with steering support up to 130 km/h. It is a semi-autonomous feature that accelerates, cruises and brakes by following the car in front, and it steers as well by reading the white lines on the road. It works really well, but it still requires your attention because it is not foolproof. And also because of our unique Malaysian roads, the mysterious disappearing white lines. The brake pedal feels great here. It doesn't have that overly sensitive second half of the pedal travel that the XC models suffer. It is very predictable and controllable. I know by now you'll be thinking that, well, it can't be all rosy in the S90, isn't it? Well, you are right. So here comes the buts. The armrest compartment in here is really shallow. It's because of the battery pack down there that eating up the space. Next, the physical control buttons down here should have been the climate controls instead, because to have an extra step to go onto the screen to change the temperature and the fan speed is not exactly clever, especially in our hot tropical weather. In fact, all the older control buttons are already available on the steering wheel. When it comes to the drive, this car is powerful and fast, no doubt about it. But when you start pushing it around winding roads at speed, you begin to feel the weight and the body roll. And that's because of the softer suspension setup, which is meant to make this a comfortable sedan instead of sporty one. Now here comes the biggest but. Pedal shifters, or rather the non-existence part of it. The gearbox in this car is not exactly the fastest in the business, so by not having shifters up here or at the gear knob, it can be quite frustrating. So imagine you're cruising down the highway at speed towards a tight corner. You would want to be in control by being able to shift down in advance. All that aside, this Volvo S90 T8 is one of the best, or even arguably the best in the segment. But it saddens me that we haven't been seeing a lot of these on the roads. Yes, there are a few on the roads, but not enough for the value and caliber that this car brings. We need to have more of these on the roads. So, do your part. Be a man and do the right thing. Make our roads a safer place by getting a Volvo. So, is this car for you? Well, if you're looking for a premium executive sedan that is comfortable and safe for your family, and at the same time powerful yet elegant that suits your status, then yes, a big yes. But if you're one of those mainstream ones and you don't see yourself going the Nordic way, then probably not. If you want to find out more about the all-new Volvo S90 T8 Inscription Plus, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the logo or the subscribe button below. And do make sure to click on the bell to receive notifications on our latest videos. Back here, class-leading, and I don't remember what else. Hybrid battery placements. What the f is that? It's driving me crazy. Back here,